Well, it's great to be back making these videos for you again. As you can see, it's not one of my regular walk and talk videos, it's more like a sit and talk. As you can see outside, there's a storm, it's raining cats and dogs at the moment, so I hope you don't mind. But I really wanted to get this video out to you this week because it's on the subject of change. And as you may or may not know, I was in self-quarantine for 2 weeks after my trip back from Saigon. I'm in Hanoi now, and actually my time in self-quarantine was really good, really productive, and I had plenty of time to review, reflect on this year so far, reviewing my ability to change and what went well, what didn't go well, what are the things I can improve for the future. So that's the topic of this video, your ability to change, my ability to change, and more to the point, I wanted to talk about the things that prevent us from changing in general and how we can tackle that issue and change quickly. Because let's face it, the speed of change that is taking place, that has taken place, is enormous. There's tons of disruption going on due to COVID-19, and I believe things are going to just keep on being disrupted. So now is the time to think about it, and I think it's in my best interest at least, and perhaps your best interest, to reflect on your ability to change and address the things that are holding you back. Because at its core, we're not going back to the old way of business anymore. Let's face it. A lot of people are coming up with new product ideas, new services, new business models. People in companies are changing job roles, changing industries, moving into different positions. And it's important that we can keep up with the change in generating new ideas and looking at new ways of doing things. And so I came across a book recently called Create the Future by Jeremy Gooch, who's the CEO of Trend Hunter, and he's also a New York Times best-selling author. And in this book, he talks about the 7 traps of path dependency. So those are like the big things that keep us stuck, that hold us in place and prevent us from rolling with the changes that are taking place. And I want to focus on one of those traps, which is the 5th trap, I believe. It's the trap of success, and it relates to your expertise in something, your craft, in mastering your craft at something. Because he says that as human beings, we are pre-wired, we are hardwired to be extremely loyal, consistent, and disciplined when we've mastered something. And that's very natural, that's very normal, and actually it's a very good thing. Being loyal, being consistent, and being disciplined are very, very positive things, right? I'm not bashing those things, but they do have a dark side to them, especially considering moments like these when we have to change and we have to maybe give those things up. So especially loyalty. Let's take a look at loyalty. Now, imagine you're really, really loyal, but now we're in times of great change. So perhaps you might be depending too much on your past decisions to help you through these times. Maybe you're overly depending on the status quo, which in the past has made you successful or has worked for you in the past, but now, unfortunately, due to the amount of change, it's not going to work anymore. It's not going to help you out right now. You might have been successful at doing those things in the past, but now times have changed. We need to look at, okay, how can we let go of those things? What do we need to destroy when it comes to being loyal to doing things in a certain way, right? So it's very much about mindset. It's mindset. And so I have been considering these things. Am I too loyal in certain things that I'm holding on to? Am I being too consistent in certain ways of doing things and too disciplined? So think about it. Think about that for yourself and realize that if you want to change, you can change. We're humans after all. That's what we do. We change. And you can change. If I can change, so can you. And it's just a matter of having that realization that we're not going back to the old way of how the world works. The world has fundamentally changed at its core, as I mentioned. So now it's time to realize that you've got nothing to lose. If you don't change, you're going to spend too much time getting yourself stuck. So you've got nothing to lose. You can go for it. You can do it. Just got to address things that are holding you back right now. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was useful. I have a question for you. Have you questioned your own ability to change? Have you reflected on your ability to change? And Another question for you is, have you reflected on your ability to give up, being too loyal to something that's worked for you in the past? Or have you questioned being too dependent on past ways of doing things? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and I really hope that it was valuable to you, this video, in some way. So please help me to like this video, to drop a comment, so I can hear your thoughts and hopefully share it with a friend or a colleague. Thanks very much for your time in listening to this, and I hope to see you in the next one. And remember, as always, always remember to upskill. Bye for now.